It was mid-morning at Kind Kids, a busy daycare center for children 6 months to 6 years of age.
I was exhausted. We had to cancel our field trip to the local library due to the bad weather, and the kids were really disappointed, so we had to cope with that. And then we had to think on our feet to come up with some fun activities to do instead.
I clearly remember that day. It was stormy, making travel really difficult, and I had several staff call out due to illness. The preschool group had to cancel their trip to the library because we couldn't get there and we didn't have enough chaperones.
In the middle of nap time, Liv started feeling ill, so she checked in with the director.
I was preparing lesson plans while the children were napping when I was suddenly overwhelmed with a horrible headache and nausea. It felt like the beginnings of a migraine. So I called the director's office to see if someone could cover my room so I could go home. Hi, Nancy.
When I got the call from Liv, I went down to the room to cover so she could leave. I know how bad migraines can be, so I wanted her to go home to get some rest as soon as possible. I had a recently hired substitute, Charlotte, on her way in so she could cover when she arrived.
Well, I had just moved into the neighborhood and was looking for part-time work. I noticed the program when I was out taking a walk, and I said to myself, oh, I love kids, so I stopped by to see if they had any openings.
I spoke briefly with Charlotte and gave her an application and a program handbook. I asked her to review them both and to give me a call to set up a formal interview if she was still interested.
So I brought the paperwork home and reviewed it. I really connected with the program's philosophy, and I thought I would be a good fit. So I filled out the application, dropped it off at the program, and made an appointment for an interview.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care.
I reviewed Charlotte's application and saw she had a lot of previous experience babysitting and had recently taken some college courses in child development. So I brought her in for an interview and really loved her responses. And from there, I decided to put her on the substitute list.
Approximately half an hour after Liv left, Charlotte arrived at the program eager to help. She checked in at the office and was directed to the preschool room.
I had substituted in the preschool room before to lend a hand during special activities. I was actually supposed to come in early to help with the field trip that day. But anyway, when I got there, all the children were sleeping, and the director told me that I would be covering the room alone until closing.
So, Charlotte, I stayed with Charlotte for the remainder of nap time, reviewing important end-of-the-day policies and answering any questions she had. When the children woke up, I helped them put their things away and helped them settle in for snack time.
So Charlotte, as you see here, our schedule, we have...
The director went over the afternoon schedule with me, and she briefly reviewed some pickup time policies. And then she left me to go tend to business in her office and told me to call her if there were any issues.